Hi Aries, welcome to your September 2020 Tarot Scope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book your personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help us all on, or as I say, help you all on your path to your highest vibrational good. So I often get asked this question. Whenever I do tarot readings, they are for the sun, the moon, or the rising. I tap into the specific energy of that sign. So if you are a sun, Aries, if you're an Aries sun, if you're an Aries ascendant, or if you're an Aries moon, this is for you in some capacity. Obviously, not everything is going to resonate with everybody, and that's fine. It is a general reading for the, like I said, for the energy of the sign. So first of all, let's get into it. For your actions and options for the month ahead, you have the Queen of Wands in your actions and options card, right? And the Queen of Wands, she is all about where you are laying those firm boundaries. She's about where you're sticking with something, where you're allowing it to be, ultimately what it is that you are choosing for it to be. Now, what I mean by that is when I see the Queen of Wands, yes, she's fiery, vibrant, passionate, sensual, sexual. She's all of those things rolled into one. But she is very often about where we, if the King of Wands was about where you enact your will or where you put your will forward, the Queen of Wands would be where you defend your will, or where you draw that line in the sand to say this is as far as something is going to go, or this is how it's going to be from here on in. The fact that you have the Queen of Wands in your actions and options, some part of you, whether you're a man or a woman or a they, this is basically talking about some archetype or some energy of yours coming through. Now, the fact that it is the Queen of Wands, fire sign person, Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius, right? So this month you are acting in your own best interest, and you are ultimately drawing, if I'm going to say this, I'm going to say it to you of all signs, because your ruler this month on the 9th of September is going to go retrograde. You are drawing the battle line, so to speak. And if I'm completely honest with you, I feel like this is happening on the wider world stage as well. We might not necessarily be seeing it for a little while to come, but we're definitely going to see and feel that energy taking place. And for you guys, this is about you showing up as yourself. It's about you being completely your authentic self. Aries can be anything but, and the fact that, Aries, Mars is currently in Aries, it will be giving you even more of that energy. So my advice to you is, what's the thing about the Queen of Wands? She is completely and totally aware of and connected to the mysteries. So this month, it's not just about drawing the battle lines and this is me, fuck it, doing the fiery Hulk thing. This is about really tapping into the essence of who you are. This is about really connecting yourself to that divine energy and asking yourself, what do I do with this? Mars is going to be in Aries for a long time. It's been in there going forward, it's going retrograde now, and then it's going to go forward again. So we're not going to be done with this energy up until January. This is a really powerful look into who you are at your core essence and how you connect to the divine energy. Very, very powerful month for you guys for sure. My advice to you, with this much fire, use it or it will use you. All right, for your money and materials, you've got the Seven of Wands. So it looks like some of you might be drawing the line when it comes to your finances. Where is it that you have maybe financed something or someone that you are no longer willing to do that for? For me, the Seven of Wands is where it is that defending something, right? Defending your viewpoint, defending your will, drawing the lines. And so for a lot of you, this could be in a financial sense this month. There may be something that comes up where you maybe you have to pull rank financially, whether this is in a relationship, whether it's in a partnership, whether it's at work, in business. maybe you're not getting paid or, you know, rewarded the way that you should be for the amount of work and effort that you're being put in. When it comes to your finances as well, this is a month for you to be frugal. This is a month for you to be very conscious of what you're doing with your finances. It's a month for you to be very careful with your finances as well. Remember, your ruler, even though it is in your sign and is very strong there, it is going retrograde. Now, this can tend to bring back or sort of see us redoing things. This is a great time to refinance something, maybe a great time for you to restart an exercise regime. This is the Seven of Wands as well, which tells me money and materials can also be your body and your health. This month you really need to look after your immune system, right? So whatever that is, your supplements, whether it's a better diet, whether it's more sleep, more water, like all of those things, right? This is a month for you to really start to build a practice of good health on a daily basis. Not all at once, not hit it hard and then take a break. Every single day, slowly, consistently showing up, all right? When it comes to your home and environment, I'm going to be really honest with you. Unless they are people that live with you, it looks like you probably want to hold off on inviting people in this month. And I know that sounds, you know, a bit extreme because it's like I'm talking about a month here. But while we all get used to and start to assimilate this energy, my advice would be to keep the door closed as much as you possibly can. For your communications and conversations, you've got the 10 of Wands, right? I mean, look at this. We're 3 for 3 so far. This month is ruled by Mars, just because of the way that it's coming out. Like, I know a lot of people say, you know, with the other planetary stuff and the aspects that it's making, people will say, you know, it's still kind of, because we are 2020, it has been a Saturn/Pluto year, but I really feel like Mars is going to come into its own in September. And if I'm completely honest with you, with this many fire cards, it kind of tells me that energy, that intensity, that heat, that friction, maybe even that annoyance, you know, or irritation is going to be there. Now, the fact that you've got the 10 of Wands here as your communications card, it kind of tells me that on a lot of levels, you are really, this month, you are kind of going to set a lot of things straight. You will be revisiting, redoing, revising all of those retrograde words. But here, because it's your communications, right? This is about the way that you speak. It's about the way that you show up. And if I'm completely honest with you, the feeling that I get from that 10 of Wands is you're going to be sort of setting the record straight in a lot of ways, which is a really powerful place to be in. And the fact that it is the 10 of Wands means that you can approach those difficult subjects, but it has to be in a strategic manner. And the other thing with the 10 of Wands, remember, not everybody is going to receive you in the way that you know, you might be coming from a place of love and trying to be understanding and, you know, be soft with it. The way that it's received may not necessarily be that. The way that people receive you and the things that you say may not come across in the way that you would like it to. Unfortunately, that is just a part of the energy that we're in. That 10 of Wands next to the 7 of Wands, right? Look at that. That's, you know, finally having certain conversations, but also needing to let people know, yes, you know what, I'm happy to revisit this, but this is where I stand on this. For your love and relations, you have the 4 of Cups, right? So there is a reprieve when it comes to relationships. Your relationships is where you're going to find some sort of relief, right? This is where you get at least a little bit of water to kind of try and cool the fire. All right, so for those of you that are single, it looks like you are going to be giving a potential partner or somebody that's been on the scene or around for a while, it looks like you're giving an ultimatum this month. And, you know, in a lot of ways, it looks like as well, a lot of you might be in that place where you're thinking, you know what, maybe it's just not supposed to happen for me. And then all of a sudden somebody comes in that is able to deal with you while you're in this whole Mars in Aries period. And it's kind of like that. If you can't handle me at my Britney 2007, then you ain't going to get me at my Britney 2020, right? It's kind of like that energy. And I actually like that. For those of you that are partnered, married, long-term connection, very much a similar energy. Only the difference is that 4 of Cups with the 10 of Wands, it gives you this ability to have some of these challenging conversations as a couple and say to yourselves, right, okay, well, what is next? What are we going to do next as a collective? Or where is it that we're deciding to go? Where is it that we are deciding to take this? Ooh, okay, so your first week of the month, you have the Temperance card right underneath the Queen of Wands. So a Sagittarius person features for you in some way, shape or form. Now remember, whether this is your sun, moon or ascendant, the Mars retrograde is trine the other fire sign. So this is a harmonious connection, which means a Sagittarius person this month could very much be a source of help, a source of healing for sure. This could be somebody that is really, really on your side, or an advocate of yours of some sort. Now, on the other end of this as well, if there is a bad habit that you've got, if there's something that you've been on and off the wagon with, this first week of the month, if you make that effort to say, right, I'm going to start this, remember what I said, not all in at once. If you do that, you're going to burn yourself out really quickly and you're going to take a long time to get back to where you want to be. Take your time with it, right? If you get on the wagon in this first week of September and you say to yourself, right, I'm going to commit to doing a little bit of this each and every moment, or I'm going to be mindful of it each and every moment, I promise you your results will be immense. Look out for or connect with your Sagittarius people, because the chances are some sort of conversation or communication with them could really help you. For your second week of the month, you've got the Star card. I love this for you, right? I absolutely love this for you. And because it's underneath the Seven of Wands, there's the first thing that I want to say to you is bank passwords, paperwork or anything like that, make sure it's put away, make sure it's locked away this month. Just that's the energy, right? The reason I say passwords online and stuff, you've got the Seven of Wands defending something, the Star card, technology, internet, right? So really try to keep a hold of those things. And if you think oh crap, did I leave that open, even if it takes you that extra 2 minutes to check, all right? This is a month to be cautious of that stuff. On a brighter note, on the other side of it, that Star card is basically saying your money, your finances, it's ready for an upswing, it's ready for a boost, but this is going to come through your people, it's going to come through your connections. And ultimately, the best way for you to traverse this is by acknowledging and accepting that you are you're not always going to get the answer that you want, and you're not always going to be able to give the answer that you want to your people, to your tribe, and vice versa. On a health level as well, it does look like a lot of you are really starting to get a glimpse into, right, if I start to make these kinds of efforts now, this is the sort of results that I can expect, which is nice. For your third week of the month, you've got the Fool card right underneath the Ten of Wands. I'm going to be really honest with you. I think a lot of you are about to start really seeing what and who your social, especially with these two, what and who your social circle is now going to consist of. If there are friendships and connections that come to an end this month, let them go. If there are friendships and connections that are forged this month, welcome them in. It really is going to be a bit of a revolving door when it comes to your social life or your social structure. Certainly, I think there's going to be a lot of change there. And like I said, some of the conversations that you're having, you might even be surprised with yourself, where they go or where they come from. For your fourth week of the month, you have the Tower card, right? So right underneath that Four of Cups, I mean, for a lot of you, there is big change on the horizon. I mean, look at this. The Tower card right next to the Fool. This is a lot of changeable energy. It's a lot of fast, dynamic, changeable energy. I think certainly on the wider world stage, I think we will be seeing some, certainly some battle lines drawn, or some, some lines drawn in proverbial sand and all the rest of it. And I think on a personal level, for those of you that are single, it looks like you're giving an ultimatum. You want to try and come from a place of love and self-preservation rather than sort of anger and desperation, right? You think about those two words, or those two energies that I've mentioned there, in that way, all right? And then for those of you that are partnered, I mean, this could be a month where you guys are really going at it, and you guys are really having those bigger conversations where you're saying to yourselves, right, okay, well, what does this mean for us? What is our future? Where do we go from here? And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think a lot of you might be really surprised at where it goes. I'm definitely getting the sense that some of you could be heading towards an open relationship kind of energy. Not all of you. It doesn't work for everybody. I know it doesn't work for me, but you know, it's definitely there. And because you've got the Tower right next to the Fool card underneath the Four of Cups, you might be surprised at some of the conversations that you have or where it goes. For your key to the month, you have the Three of Pentacles. This month is going to teach you a lot about yourself, about the world, about where you're going from here, about what your life is going to look like once this Mars retrograde period is over. In fact, once 2020 is over. So it's going to be a really interesting month for you. With that said, as always, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up if it's not too personal. Take care, and I'll see you soon.